So it's not just a power station, it's a jumper box. So if your battery ever runs down, your friends ever run down, someone asks you at the grocery store, hey, my battery's run down, can you jump me? Your answer is now yes. Hi everyone, welcome back to my next video. Well, today we're going to have something I think of as a completely new product. Something that I've been thinking about for a while but didn't exist, and now, poof, out of nowhere, this product exists. So let me start at the beginning with this Gulu Jumpstarter. When I got my big diesel engine, I knew I needed a really good jump starter. So I bought this Gulu GP4000. But I liked this one because it was huge, but also I liked it because for two other reasons. One of the big reasons is it fits just in this little cool case, and the jump cables, these are similar. This is the way most of these work. The jump cables just plug in right here, and then you set this on the battery and connect it to the battery. It's really simple, really easy, and I've loved this thing. But there was another thing that it offered that most don't. It had this plug-in 12-volt outlet, which gave it a cigarette lighter plug. And I thought, you know what? This is almost a power station. It's got a big battery, and it's got a cigarette lighter plug, and it's got USB ports. But Gooloo kind of read my mind, and they have turned this thing into a power station. And it's the first of its kind I've ever seen. This is the Gulu GTX280, and the 280 stands for watt hours. This thing has 280 watt hours of battery. I saw this on Amazon and I thought, they've done it. They've taken my great idea and they're going to make a profit on it, which is okay with me. That's perfectly fine. So today we're going to do an unboxing of this and see if it's as good as I think. A couple of things that really stand out to me just in the specs and make me think this is going to be fantastic is the watt hours. 280 watt hours is super. For many of you, 280 watt hours is enough. But how fast does it charge in and how fast does it charge out? It charges by USB-C, a PD 100 watt. And I talk about power delivery and how important it is that anything you buy have power delivery because it charges so fast. And with 100 PD 100, it'll charge super fast. Not only that, but it will charge your other devices super fast. That USB-C port is in and out with PD 100, and that's fantastic. That just changes everything. But I thought I was going to have to buy my own inverter for the other one. This comes with an inverter. So the two things you need most, charging it with power delivery and an inverter, come built in. So here is the GTX 280. It is much larger than the other one because, of course, it's got a great big battery. This has a 280 watt hour battery. It's got a built-in, right here, it's got a built-in cigarette lighter plug. So you can plug anything into this. Now, cigarette lighter plugs are pretty limited. They're limited to 120 watts. 150 watt max, but supposedly 120 watts steady. 10 amps. I love that idea, but we get even more. So it's a power station, but it still comes with the chargers. So it's not just a power station, it's a jumper box. So if your battery ever runs down, your friends ever run down, someone asks you at the grocery store, hey, my battery's run down, can you jump me? Your answer is now yes. So this is multi-purpose. That's a word I love to say to nomads. It's multi-purpose. It's their jumper box, which everyone should be carrying a jumper box, and it's your power station. And it comes with an inverter. So you just plug that into here, and now you've got a 110 volt plug-in. Now only take 120 watts, that's small, but maybe that's all you need. That would probably power your laptops. Most of your smaller appliances will run on 120 watts. The big ones obviously will not. And for a lot of us, that's all we want is something small. So it comes with a cable designed to be used with a PD 100. So now let me draw a comparison. to give you an idea of why I'm so excited about this. This is the Bluetti EB3A. This is a fantastic power station. This is probably, I think, one of the most advanced power stations on the market today. But it's designed for small systems. So it only has 268 watt hours of battery. That is smaller than this. And so what you're getting is a smaller battery in a much larger package. Now, it has a lot of features that this doesn't. This is a minimal device. That's how it can be so small. This only has a 150 watt inverter. This has a 600 watt inverter. Big difference. So you're losing the capacity to run your middle-sized AC devices. But you know what? For most of us, that's okay. So you can easily see how much smaller the Gulu GTX280 is, but it's also much cheaper. Again, limited, less capacities, but much cheaper. This one, the EB3A, retails at $300. It's only a 268 watt hour battery, and it'll take 200 watts of solar. So it's $300 full retail. You can get it on sale all the time. The sale prices will be as low as $209. This is $140. So it's probably going to be about $100 less. And when this one's on sale, it'll be a little less. But it's much smaller, much less expensive. It'll take up a whole lot less space in your car, your van, your minivan. Plus, because I have the Gulu 4000 and I know this is a fantastic product. I've recommended them to a lot of people who have bought them and also say it's a fantastic product. I have a lot of confidence in the name. I have total confidence in Bluetti. So here's another really big question you might have. You know you can charge any of these power stations with an AC cord, with a solar panel, or with a cigarette lighter plug. So how do I charge this? You charge it the same way, except this has a 110 plug-in to go into the wall, and with this you have to use the PD100. You plug it into the wall, your 110, put your PD100 plug in it, and then it charges it right off of 110. And so you can charge it off of 110 using your PD cord at 100 watts. Or what about solar panel? That's what most of us are going to use. So how are you going to charge this off solar? Well, you're going to charge it by your USB-C cable. So to do that, you have to have a solar panel, and this may mean you have to buy a solar panel with a USB-C power delivery USB-C port. And this one does, and I've been very impressed with this one. It has a standard USB-C PD 60. This is only 60 watts, but that's still pretty fast charging for one of these, and I think that will do the trick. So as far as I know, there aren't any solar panels that put out PD 100 yet, 100 watts on the USB-C. And that will get your GTX 280 charged pretty fast. Now there'll be links for all these things down in the description. And you see it folds up pretty small because, you know, assuming that you're buying something this small, you don't have much room. It doesn't take up much room either. It fits really well. This would be a very tiny compact system. So I think this is a great combination. I think it's a great combination if you need tiny space and very low electrical draw, or you just need a battery backup. So if you have one of these already, and that's a very good idea, but occasionally you need more power, then for $140, you can pick this up and double your battery capacity. And of course, it's a battery jumper. It'll jump your car. So I think this is worth $140 if you never use it as a battery power station, because it'll jump your car whenever you need it. So I'm really enthused about this. So now we'll go do some testing and I'll come back with my final thoughts. All right, so I want to give you my final thoughts on this Gulu Jumpstarter slash power station. I've always wondered, why don't they make this into a power station? Because it's got a great big battery in it. They all have a big battery in them. That's how they're able to jumpstart the great big engines like my diesel in my ambulance. And so I thought to myself, why don't they just have this be both, be a jump starter and a power station? And I guess Gulu read my mind. I don't think I ever said it out loud, because here it is, exactly what they said. So I've been using it for a while, and it works just fine. I have not jump started with it because I'm not going to drain my battery down to, that's one less life cycle that it has. I'm not going to do it on purpose. So should you buy this thing? Well, let me talk about what is bad about it. First off, you can't connect a solar panel to it directly. There are no MC4s. The only way to charge it is through a USB-C cable, which is not bad, but that means the absolute limit of how fast you can charge this thing is 100 watts. And most power stations, so I'm comparing it here to the new AC2A, which is out and brand new. I happen to have one to test. It will take 200 watts of solar. This will take no more than 100 because it will only take 100 watts through the USB-C. And you cannot connect in any ways, as far as I know, the solar panel through the MC4 to this. How can you charge this out of your car? So Gulu gives you an inverter, and this one has a 30 PD. So you can charge this at 30 watts while you're driving down the road. You drive for 3 hours, you put 100 watts into it. So that isn't bad at all. So you can charge it in a multitude of the same number of ways. You can charge it off your wall, you can charge it off of an inverter, and you can charge it directly to the car. But its limitation for charging is solar panels, because it won't connect in any way directly to an MC4. Only through a USB cable and nothing else. I think that's a pretty serious limitation on it. So let's compare that to a Bluetti product that would be equivalent. Let's compare it to the EB3A, which is a fantastic power station, and it will go down on sale for $209. So when it's on sale, it's actually cheaper than the retail on this. And it has a 600 watt inverter. It only has 268 watt hours. This has 286. You get a slightly more watt hours, but it's just a very flexible. You can plug in 200 watts of solar straight off of an MC4. You can put them in series. It doesn't have the kind of limitations. This is designed as a jump starter first, and they've kind of added on the all the power station features. They added on the display, which is really a surprisingly nice display. Tells you the battery status and how much power is coming in. So yeah, I'm pleased with all of that, but you can't think this is going to completely replace your power station. It has some pretty severe limitations. Also, a surprising limitation is not all USB-C cords will deliver your full power through them. So you have to make sure you have a cord that is capable of carrying 100 watts, because the majority of them are not. But of course, when you compare it to a power station, the power station is not going to jump your car. And if you don't have a jumper pack right now, I would definitely think about buying this. Why? Because it's a fantastic jumper. I know that because I've owned Gulu jumpers for a long time and used them a lot of times. So you get two things for $235, and that makes it really spectacular. I think the ideal thing is to have a small power station, whichever one that fits your budget and power needs the best, and have this as your jumper, and also a backup battery. So you could charge this from this, no problem whatsoever. This has a 100 watt PD 100 power output. So you could charge this from this using that. If you have the EB3A, you would more than double the size of your battery. So I guess the bottom line is, if you already have a jump starter and you don't have any power station, then yes, I think I would recommend that you buy this. But if you already have a power station and a jump starter, unless you just really wanted the extra battery capacity, then that's when I would buy it, if the extra battery capacity would really make a difference. Okay, so my final thoughts are, I love this thing. I think it's very creative. For a lot of you who don't have a jump starter, this is the perfect thing. If you can afford an extra $235 to get the power station part of it, the big battery that's in it, and the jump, then this is the perfect product for you. Okay, I hope you got something out of this video. If you did, like us on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, and we'll talk to you later. And remember, as you come to the end of your life, don't have regrets. Don't say, oh, I wish I would have. I didn't live. No, live your best life today. Bye now.